What's up, gang? We about to get another Kobe episode. About to get into another Kobe episode. So, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Doing something with Kobe. Here we go.
So Atlanta will get the first possession. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Magic Johnson is out there with West. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. Then it's Kareem. And it's Kobe in at the small forward. Mutombo misses. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Ryan in the post, defended by Wilkins. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Here's Hudson. Defended by West. Knocked loose. It's stolen by West. Wilkins against Bryant. Here's Abdul-Jabbar up and in on the layup. Abdul-Jabbar's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Lakers. Hudson the pass to Pettit. Hudson against Johnson. Johnson with the block. Here's Kobe. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Defended by West. Here's Wilkins. No good on the triple. Bryant looking over the floor. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. No good from West.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
A nice shot by Hudson.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
Here's Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
No good from Hudson.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
Kobe, that's for 2, and that one goes long.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And Bryant slams it in.
Yeah, love seeing Bryant just get up and go for it. His leaping ability never ceases to impress.
The Hawks trail by 4. And there's the pass to Pettit. It's stolen by Abdul-Jabbar. Down low. Kobe against Wilkins. And Kobe, here we go. And Bryant slams it in.
Yeah, and if you're going to give Bryant a lane to the rim, then you deserve to get dunked on. You know how tenacious he is when penetrating inside.
It's slammed in by Wilkins.
And I'm not sure it's even possible to throw it too high for Dominique. He has a vertical plus the length, and that's an alley-oop waiting to happen every time he runs the floor.
Now here's Kobe. He has 6, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Dominique Wilkins. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of this one. Free throw, good, Bryant. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Chamberlain's checked in for O'Neal. Worthy comes in for Abdul-Jabbar. Baylor, he's checked in for West. And it's Goodrich in for Magic Johnson. Rivers against Goodrich. Second chance shot. It's blocked. Millsap against Baylor. Kobe kicks to Baylor. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Atlanta. 9-point game. Rollins the pass to Rivers. The Lakers with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
So it's the Hawks now. After the Lakers, here's Millsap. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And it's fair to say that Millsap has been very underrated throughout his career. A versatile, tenacious forward who quietly destroys whoever he plays.
First free throw is good. Byron Scott, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter. Here's Goodrich. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Smith dishes to Millsap. Pass to Willis. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Well, one of the greatest you'll ever see. And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
The Hawks.
Can't give me some headphones. Coming right back, y'all. You hear me?
Millsap left side. Here's Willis. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Goodrich against Rivers. From deep. The tray. Goodrich has got his second basket of the night.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And so it's Los Angeles, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been active. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
We've got Paul Millsap. Maravich is out there with Rivers. Then there's Horford. And it's Caldwell in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Pass to Horford. Up top, Rivers. Defended by Scott. Here's Millsap. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper.
Boy, you cannot leave him alone like that. Good form on the fadeaway jumper.
A drive by Scott. And that one good. Scott's got 5 now.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct. just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And that is just a deflating era on.
Be right back, man.
Your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
West against Maravich. Shot from 12. A rebound by Caldwell. The Hawks trail by 16. Wilkins up top. Good work defensively by Gasol.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy would have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
To the paint, here's Horford. That one's not going to go. So the Lakers will take it the other way. And stolen by Horford. Back to Maravich. The shot's good on the assist by Horford.
Well, this is an example of the court awareness we talk about with Al Horford. This guy's a very willing passer.
Gasol passes to Wilkes. Oh, my goodness!
Wow.
What a play!
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Maravich kicks to Horford. Here's Caldwell, defended by Scott. Ice ball movement here by Atlanta. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Wilkins. Goes up the baseline. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And it's the Lakers on the break. West with the ball.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Puts it up. No good from Maravich. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 12-4 run. And finished off by Scott.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. And they've got to keep off glass. For a little guy, he can be a handful on the offensive boards if you're not aware of him.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it today.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's day is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right.
Be right back, y'all.
If anyone's open, even for an instant, Magic's gonna find you.
The three. No good from Hudson.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Johnson gets the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Hudson the pass to Mutombo. To the middle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
My question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Johnson gets the bucket.
And entering the league, Magic was an average shooter at best. Has worked extremely hard to improve that facet of his game.
We've got 1:18 left to play here in the second quarter.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Ryan against Wilkins. Shoots from the corner. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. That's 12 points for Kobe Bryant. This Hawks squad is struggling. Pass to Bennett. Wilkins with the ball. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of the game. Rebound the Lakers. Abdul-Jabbar's got 6 rebounds in the game.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's the option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Kobe. Oh, wow.
And Bryant just plays without fear. In fact, he's constantly looking to score through the contact.
The Lakers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And the Lakers making a change here. Baylor's checked in. 24 seconds left in the first half. Here's Hudson. 9 points in the game so far. 11 seconds left to play in the first half. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, and so it's Los Angeles in complete command. They're leading.
It's the Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter was all about Kobe Bryant. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists. Kevin Harlan.
And as we dive into we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Shaquille O'Neal. Johnson is out there with West. And there's Bryant. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 4 slot.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in this huge lead.
West has gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. The dish now to Hudson. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Wilkins. Cans the shot from the wing.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
West passes to Johnson. Here is Bryant. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Bryant. So it's Atlanta now. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Defended by West. Back to Mutombo. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Mutombo, a defensive force, a long, intelligent player who plays well on both ends of the floor.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he makes the first. No good on the second free throw. The Lakers controlling the game. Here's Bryant. Shaq kicks to Kobe. The second chance effort, but they'll get another chance. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jerry West. And that's now 19 points for Kobe Bryant. Atlanta with the ball. Defended by West. Pass to Wilkins. Out to the right wing, Hudson. Atlanta again missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Nice open look, but it's no good.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
And it's Bryant missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
A nice shot by Hudson. Hudson's got 12 points in the game.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
And the dunk by Kobe.
And Bryant, just a superb athlete, terrific at just imposing his will on the defense on that drive.
So both teams making some changes here. This is his third trip to the free throw line. And the free throw, no good. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Atlanta. Got a piece of it. Here's Bryant. And oh, he just jams it right over Paul Millsap. What a play.
And of all the attributes, one thing that sometimes gets overlooked with Jalen is the court vision. Makes a great read there.
Rivers passes to Willis. Back to Rivers. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Will Chamberlain picks one up. Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good.
And you know, for all of it, Rivers really is the emotional leader out there. Very intense and extremely confident.
And the Hawks making a change here. Rollins is checked in. And the shot goes in. He's got 8.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Rivers, and it's blocked.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And finished off by Worthy.
And ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Poke loose. Beyond the arc. Good work defensively by Millsap. Passes it to Caldwell. Another 3 for Atlanta.
McGee just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Here's Wilkes. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. There's the pass to Caldwell. Back to Millsap. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
Goodrich. Again, the Lakers.
And a two-time collegiate champion, Goodrich finished as the school's all-time leading scorer. So you know he can do this.
Here's Rivers. It's rebounded by Mikan.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Wilkes, good.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Here's Caldwell. He's got 5. Rivers surveying the D. And again, it's Atlanta. Now here's Goodrich. That will count. It's off. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Lakers on top, just dominating this one. And after a quick break, we're going to... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Smith is out there with Maravich. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Rollins. And it's Caldwell in at the 3. So that's the Hawks 5. And it's Scott with the jam.
Oh, nice setup by Baylor. Man, this guy can pass, shoot, rebound. Anything you need, he's there to provide it.
Scott's gone 4 for 4 from the field. Perfect so far. Scott against Maravich. Offline from the top of the key. Right side Scott, a baseline J. That shot off. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Outside Maravich. Millsap passes to Caldwell. Back to Millsap. Gasol with the steal. Here's Baylor, and the dunk by Baylor.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Pass to Wilkes. Plenty of space. And he makes that one. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner 3, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Well, I'll tell you, I love that he's not afraid to take on the size mismatch there, Greg. It doesn't matter. Just make shots.
Al Horford is checked in for Rollins. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Caldwell. 5 on the clock. Smith outside. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Caldwell can't hit.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Maravich dishes to Millsap. Goes up on the wing. No good from Maravich. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Eichen passes to Scott. Here's Wilkes. Outside Baylor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Fast break, here they come. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Baylor's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing. They're going to bring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to.
Question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Kevin Willis has checked in for Atlanta. Rivers comes in for Maravich. Smith right side. Here's Willis. Off the mark, and the drought continues. The Lakers controlling the game. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Baylor's shot is off.
And the activity he shows around the rim, he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Millsap kicks to Rivers. Doris, you and I are faced with this a lot, voting for the MVP. Great stats versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league MVP?
Well, winning could be the definitive line if I have two candidates who are close. For instance, for me, MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I took it to the last possible moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been comfortable. Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too, and what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made, and I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
Here's Goodrich. He drains the quick shot.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
That one goes. Count it.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Here's Rivers. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Now you see the toughness and the competitiveness of Doc Rivers, always looking for the most opportunistic play.
Here's Goodrich. And that one drops.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
So it's Los Angeles winning the